Hey guys, DRS2N1 here to give you part 7 of the tutorial series for the speedrun of Final Fantasy IV Paladin run. For this one we're going to go up to the Mom Bomb fight, but we're not actually going to fight Mom Bomb in this split. That's going to be a different video, so we can highlight exactly what to do during that fight, and what you're looking for in the Yang fight prior to it. So as part of this, we're going to walk out of the Antlion Cave, we're then going to head back to Kaipo, give the Sand Ruby to Rosa to heal her up, have the Water Hag fight with Edward, and then we're going to head to Mount Fabul right before the Mom Bomb fight. As with most of the movement splits, there's nothing in particular that's very interesting here. I just want to make sure you have the map understanding to know where to go and kind of what step route you should take in order to get to where you want to be fastest. Once again, if I miss a couple of steps, that's not a big deal. I more just want to show you what the map is and what the step route would be. So one thing to note while going back to the Antlion Cave, if you happen to have not picked up the life potion on the way to the Antlion fight, you could pick it up on the way back if you were really worried about having it for the Fabul Gauntlet. I personally don't find it very useful in the Fabul Gauntlet. If you happen to die, and most likely that would mean if you have an Edward death, then you could cast life on him. But because it puts him back into low HP, he's probably going to go back into hide. And even if you have him in low HP in a hide situation, more than likely you're going to have taken so much damage with Cecil and Yang at that point that it's not worth reviving him. At that point I usually just consider it run over and it's bad luck and such is life. Okay, now we're going to give Rosa the Sand Ruby, and do take note that if you picked up Carrot or if you still have the life potion left over, Sand Ruby's going to be in a little bit different spot. If you've not picked up any of the items, you're just going to be able to mash because Sand Ruby's going to be in the first position. So this is one of two mash spots in this split. So you've got this, and you've got right before Mount Fabul, when you have Rydia clear up the ice. That's when you're going to mash. You have a couple of text boxes you need to worry about whenever you fade out of this scene. So make sure you are paying attention. It'll definitely happen where you lapse here and forget that you have a couple of text boxes to hit right before the Edward fight. So just kind of be on alert. And for this fight with Water Hag, what we're going to do is we're really just going to hold A. So Water Hag has an HP value that's so high, I don't remember the exact value for it, but it's high enough that even if you do Dancing Daggers, it doesn't change the outcome of the fight. It's still going to take you 3 rounds regardless. So what you want to do is just get those 3 attacks out as fast as possible. And the fastest way possible to do that is just to fight. And unfortunately too, the way the ATB goes with the dialogue, there's not a chance to even use item manipulation here. It's fastest if you just hold the fight command. Alright, now to the third attack. Water Hag is done, and we're going to go back to a small cutscene, and then we're going to go back to Cecil in charge of the party. And if you manage your party formation correctly, you should have Rosa at the top, Edward in the middle, Cecil right above that, and then Rydia at the bottom. There's a couple of other ways to do it. If you did the Rydia formation change earlier than I did it, remember, right before the Octoman fight. You could have done it right after you got Rydia into the party, which is then going to make her at the very top, and would actually put Tella as the top, Rydia as the second, and Cecil as the third, which would kind of change the ordering around here a little bit. But this way works just as well. It's really just about making sure you have the correct people in back as opposed to the front. There are some niceties you can do by having them in certain orders, such that whenever you need to cast things on a character, they're the first ones to select. But that's more of, I wouldn't say advanced, but that's something you can worry about later on. That's not too hard to modify if you need to. Also, you notice we stepped out on the left side of Kaipo. That actually saves us a step and gets us right into the hovercraft to start. Alright, so now we're at Mount Fabul. Alright, so you just got a little bit of mashing to do right here. Alright, so ready to learn fire, which is completely useless to us. We're still just going to have her use dancing daggers. So now that you see that, you're going to head up. Make sure you don't go into this first door. That's actually a mistake I made kind of the first couple of times I was running through it. It's very inviting, but you actually want to go to the second door on the right. Once again, you're just going to run from every fight. The ordering looks fine the way it's currently set up. As soon as Yang gets in, he's going to go into the 4th slot, which is actually in the front row as well. But we'll discuss that more on the next split. And so now that we're here, we're about to walk into the encounter with Yang and show him fighting these mom bombs and whatnot. So that covers it for this split. The next one is going to be the mom bomb fight, and we're actually going to start off with the Yang fight before that. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.